Alright, now it's time to create the bottom chat field. So before we go there, let's edit this a bit. So this one, let's give the text like the font size. So let's give it a style which comes from Google Fonts. Google Fonts, the Open Sans, and then here what I want is just the font size. Okay, so let's give this one 16, and then so let's put a comma here, and then we can go back to this one and then give it let's copy that, then let's paste that here. This one, let's remove the constant keyword there. This one now we can give it something 12. Okay, so let's hot restart. Okay, now we can see both of them nicely. Okay, all right, so now let's create this bottom chat field. Okay, so here on the widgets, let's create a new one. This one will be a bottom chat fields dot so it's a stateful widget, bottom chat field. So this bottom chat field, we are going to pass everything that we are passing in the chat screen. Okay, these things we need to have them in the bottom chat field. Okay, all right, because we are going to use the same bottom chat field everywhere. Okay, so let's go to the bottom chat field, and then here we're going to pass them here as required, this dot contact ID. Then let's also pass the required this dot group ID, and then so let's put the group ID as last, required this dot contact name. So required this dot contact image. Okay, like that. So we can minimize that. So we have those. So this contact ID, I think let's rename it to this. We don't want to write somewhere contact ID and then contact UID. Okay, so let's go to the chat screen. What? So here we are saying contact UID. It saves us contact UID, but here we are sending it as a contact ID. So maybe let's change this to contact ID. Okay, let's have a consistent name. Let's paste that to as contact ID, and then also as contact ID, and then let's go to this. Let's rename this. Okay, let's rename this to contact ID, which also means we are going to rename this. Great, now it's changed everywhere. So let's close that. So if we go to the friends list, here now it says contact ID. If we go to the profile screen, it also says contact ID. If we can just go and check where we are navigating to chat screen, here it also says contact ID. Okay, so now we will just call it as contact ID. Okay, so here let's say final contact ID, contact name, contact image, group ID. Let's save so that we format it, and then here we are going to return a row. Okay, so let's see what Copilot will do here. So all right, it's just doing what we want here. So here it's saying it has an expanded icon button which has got an icon of add. So let's change this icon to attach. Okay, to attach attachment, yeah, something like that. And then here it's got that, and then it's got the send button. So now if we bring this up, and then if we call bottom chat field in the chat screen, let's close the chat field. Let's close all these that we don't need for now. Let's close even this friend request screen, authentication screen, profile screen. So if we go inside the chat screen here, so what's the problem here? Let's close that. Here, instead of calling this, let's call our bottom chat field, right there, like that. Let's just put a comma here, and then a comma here. Now let's hot restart. Let's go to the chat. Okay, so here's our new bottom chat field. All right, now let's customize it according to how we want it. Okay, so let's go there and see what we can change. So here inside the bottom chat field, first let's wrap this row with a container. Wrap it inside the container, and then here let's give this container some decoration. So let's say box decoration. Let's just go with what Copilot is saying here. So here I think this gray color is fine, or we can go with theme dot of context dot card color, this one. And then on the border side, you can set on border side dot. So let's not do just top and below, let's do all of them. Okay, so let's remove where this border side is ending up to here. So here let's say border size dot o, and then we can get this. And then this one, let's change this color maybe to what can we don't need. First of all, we don't need this thickness, so this color, okay, for now let's see what this would do. And then let's also give it some border radius. Okay, so border radius dot secular, and then 30 is fine. So let's try to hot restart. Okay, so that looks okay, I think. Let's see how it's going to look. If we come here, then chat. Okay, I think that looks fine. Next thing to do is we've wrapped this, and then next let's work on this expanded, this text form field. Okay, so let's wrap this. Let's give it some border. So here, instead of that, we're going to say outline border, and then the border side will say none, and then let's give it a border radius. So border radius dot secular, which will be the same with the above. And then let's hot restart. Okay, so it's shaping. Let's just wait for it, and then we have to go all the way up to here. Then yeah, so that kind of looks fine. We'll just put some padding later on to this. So there is our border side, and then what else can we give this? I think that's enough. Next, let's move on to this button. Okay, so this button also, let's wrap it with a container. and then this container, let's also give it some decoration. So okay, Copilot gave us, but I was quick to press. Okay, so that is also fine. And then what else can we give this? Maybe we need to give it a margin. Okay, so let's give it some margin, maybe about 5, it's fine. And then what else? Let's change this to arrow up, arrow up. So this is what I like to put. And then let's also give it a color. Colors, do white, because we are wrapping it inside the, this primary color. And then also maybe, so this is an icon button here, maybe let's just use an icon, because that's why this looks this big. Okay, we should just use icons here. So instead of an icon button, what I'll do is I'll get this icon here and then cut it. And then instead of this child as an icon button, I'll remove that and then paste that here. Okay, so instead of an icon button, it's an icon. And then later on we're going to wrap this with a gesture detector so that we can add the click event. So now let's hot restart. Okay, so there is our icon, but it looks funny. We need to do more on it. Okay, so let's go back up to here. So maybe first let's wrap this with a padding and then see what we have here. So this can be 8, and then also we can add a const modifier here and then remove it from here and here. Let's hot restart. So I think that looks better now. Let's just go back and then see. Okay, yeah, that looks better. So this one also may be an icon button. Okay, so we can either leave that one like that or also change it to just an icon. All right, so let's see. I think we can leave this the way it is, like this. So yeah, this is the bottom chart. And then the next thing that we can do is maybe we go back to the chart screen and then wrap everything in the padding widget. Okay, then let's hot restart. Now we can have that spacing there. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, so this is it. So this is our chart screen. We have created an upper, we have also created the bottom chart field. In the next video, now we will start creating the functions for sending. After we've written a message here, we can click here to send. Okay, and then also on the attach here, we should be able to, when we click, we can show either a bottom sheet to see what we can touch. Actually, this showing of a bottom sheet, maybe Copilot can do that quickly before we end this. If we come here and then this is a bottom chart here, we can say, just give it a comment, show attachment of, yeah, so I want it to be like this. So show bottom sheet, so you can see that it already knows what to do here. So if we hot restart, and then we go back here, we come here in the chart. If we click here, you can see that it brings the bottom sheet. So here we can put either a list of things we can attach or a list in this way. Great. So thank you guys. Let's end this video right here. In the next one, we will start creating the methods for here, and then sending our message.